Hi guys, welcome back to the Lovely Sisters channel. It's me, Jay, aka Mistress Maya on Instagram. So you saw our intro video and we wanted to take a time to kind of introduce ourselves personally so you can get to know each of us and what we all bring to the table. So my name is Jordan. People call me Jay. A little bit about me. I came to the States in 2012 where I started college. Currently residing in Connecticut for now. um, what else? 25 years old. I'm a Cancer. um, what else? So what I would be bringing to the table, I do a lot of personal poetry. I draw a lot of my inspiration from experiences, or I get inspired by like photographs of people. You kind of notice a trend with my poetry that they're a lot of relationship based, about love, about drama. I like to keep. I don't know. I'm kind of like that. I'm kind of like a what you call a hopeless romantic. So of course I'm going to talk about love and heartache and but I also want to keep it open to you guys to kind of tell me what you guys want me to write about. You can send me images and see what I come up with those kind of images. I have my book that I write and I haven't written in a while, but for this video we want to kind of focus on New Year's resolutions, the end of the year. January 1st is always the time for your New Year's resolution. So we want to focus mostly on, what we want to do for the new year, setting our goals and achieving them. The approach that I'm going to take on that kind of aspect is talking about, letting go of the past. So all of the stuff that we didn't get accomplished in 2018 and all of the things that we wish we could have done, or all the things we did and we wish we didn't do in 2018. We want to bring that into 2019. So there's two poems actually that I kind of thought would be appropriate for that kind of theme. It has nothing to do with like goals, but it does kind of touch on the aspects of letting things go and like having those regrets and having those expectations of what we want to accomplish for the new year. So one of the poems is entitled Regrets. I wrote this like last year. I never published it or anything, but I'm going to share it with you guys. So there's two poems that I'm going to share. It's going to be regrets and expectations. So bear with me because I'm not used to kind of reading out my poetry aloud. I did do one performance of one of my poems at a Caribbean showcase at Southern. That maybe I'll share that performance with you guys at a later date. So I'm not really used to like this one-on-one kind of speaking to people or reading out my poetry aloud, so just bear with me. So as I said, this first poem is called Regrets. We all have regrets for the things we should have said, for the things we should have done. We all have regrets, so don't think you're the only one. But don't let those regrets keep you from living, because if the one thing you don't want to regret is having a life worth living. Don't let good people slip away from your life because they will be gone for good one day. And do you want to regret that? Thinking there's something you could have said, maybe? There's something you could have done, but it's done. There's nothing you can say, and there's nothing you can do. There's nothing that can backspace, delete, or undo. To change what's been done, no rewind to the beginning, to start over again. There's only one thing we can do. Let's pick up the pieces, keep moving forward, and stop regretting what we did. Because if we keep living in the past, we'll miss out on our present, and even worse, our future. Footsteps in the sand show us where we've been, but we have so much more footprints to make. So stop looking back. Instead of look down. This is where you are, in the here and now. making the next footprint in the sand. So that poem was really about, you know, letting go of the past. And we all have things that we're like, darn, I should have said this, or I shouldn't have said that, or maybe if I did this wouldn't have happened. But a friend of mine always told me, one of my sisters said, everything happens for a reason. I know it sounds cliche, and I know everybody like, oh yeah, you always say that, but everything happens for a reason. Trust and believe me. And everything will get revealed when time is right. So, you know, maybe that person is gone, or maybe that, you know, that thing happened because it was supposed to teach you a lesson. And, you know, don't hold on to it and kind of say, I want to change that, or I can be happier if that had happened. Don't do that, because you're not living in the now, and whatever you need to do now is what you need to do for a better future. So don't just let go of the past. So the next poem is kind of like in the theme of the new year, you know, expectations, what we expect from the new year, you know, what we expect to achieve, what we expect to accomplish, and expectations that we have for the people around us, and not only for ourselves. But we have to be mindful when we have expectations. We can't impose that on others. We can't impose that on the people around us, because their expectation and our expectations are two different things. So this next poem is entitled Expectations. Expectations are the standards that we put on others that we set for ourselves. When we set expectations, we disappoint no one but ourselves. Because people have their own standards, their values and norms, that when we try to impose our own, we're the ones who get harmed. Expect the unexpected. That's easier said than done. Who knows what to expect when unexpected has yet to come? We all expect the best from ourselves and from others. The expectation grow more as we transition from friends to lovers. The rules get more strict, expectations are high, but someone's always disappointed, no matter how hard you try. You wonder why? Because you can't please everyone, so please yourself first. Stop letting the expectations of others dictate your self-worth. Because on this earth, people will do dirt, and you will get hurt. It's what you do next that will define your future. Don't let the past define you like, I expected better. The only expectations you should have is expecting to be better than yesterday or the day before. If they keep on expecting, then you will give them more of your time, and you will forget one thing. Don't regret this life you expect to live. So that poem, it tells a lot. You know, we all expect, you know, more from others and ourselves. But one thing we need to remember, we can't impose our expectations on others. So we have to just do what we expect of ourselves. So if you know that you expect better from yourself, just be better and kind of improve on that. Don't look at the other person and be like, oh, I expected him to do this for Valentine's Day, or I expected him to do that. Because at the end of the day, who's hurt? You are. So, I mean, those are two of the points that I have that I want to share for the new year. Of course, I am open to any, you know, topics, anything that you guys want me to kind of write about in terms of poetry. Of course, I have post poetry on my Instagram page with the images. You can go on like that, shout out on the comments what you want to see, what you want to hear. Kind of want to have that back and forth dialogue with you guys. I don't want to just sit here and kind of just read poetry to you guys. You can share experiences. We will have our Instagram page up, The Lovely Sisters, and then which is going to be linked in this thingy here, we call description. Yeah, so it's going to be linked in the description, our Instagram, my personal Instagram, and all our different Instagrams, just so you can get to know us personally. Because, you know, when you do YouTube, you're opening up yourself personally. I am an emotional person, so I will kind of open up to you guys about experiences. As long as you guys open up to me, we can have that conversation. A lot of people want to kind of connect on that deeper level. and maybe that's not the best platform, but for some people it is a good way to kind of talk and just have some dialogue with real people, because I'm a person. I'm real. Yeah, I'm not some person on the screen. But honestly, that's all I have for you guys today. I will try to keep writing. You know, with the new year coming up, we all have our goals that we want to set. I have personal goals that I want to set and achieve as well, so I will try to keep writing as the days go by. I have some poems I want to share with you guys as well. As I said, I will share that performance that I did of my one of my poets I did for a Caribbean showcase called Unapologetically Caribbean. I also have I posted on my Instagram, so if you want to read the words, and also if you want the words to the poems that I write, I'll probably will post them on my my Instagram, so you guys can know, because I know I can't really articulate all the words very correctly. So if you guys want to just read the poems yourself, I will post them on my Instagram and on the Lovely Sisters Instagram as well, so you can follow us. So just let me know. I'm trying to come up with a name for this segment. I don't know, Poetry Corner kind of sound like old people thing, so give me some ideas of like names I could call this segment. Just J, or you know, give me some names I could call this segment of poetry and like romance and all and life. I'm open to your suggestions. I'm not really stuck on a name yet, but yeah. All right, so guys, have a good one, and we'll see you next week. We all have regrets, so don't think you're the only one. But don't let those regrets. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. So the next video, well, sorry. So that poem. But don't let those regrets keep you from having a life worth living.